C. Hatchell. What's up, buddy? Francisco. There's one of our faithfuls. How's everybody? I can see my feed is already not running. Greg, what's up, man? I don't know if you guys caught that, but Greg has saved the day for the 1 billionth time. And he sent me this wrench tether that works perfect on the Zigzag. So, I never really pointed it out, but I've never used a swivel before, and I'm pretty stoked about this swivel on the Zigzag. I enjoy it. Don't think I'd ever. I don't know. For DRT, it seemed to be pretty awesome. I don't know if like it'll matter really so much with SRT, but we'll see. Um, for what I clip in, I don't want my beaner going sideways and coming back off. So I use this Eldred. It is almost stupid proof. You have to clip this down, then push that up before the gate will open. You have to do all three. So that's why I use it for the Zigzag. Got the quickie link on there. With Greg's tether, it works so perfect. It's just a handle for tending. So, just wanted to. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I was walking over here. My back is really messed up for some reason. I don't know what I did. I've hurt my back somehow. But yeah, I was walking over to work on the chainsaw. I actually need to peel off these KG stickers, and I was looking at that climbing device, and it kind of stopped me for a second because I didn't put two and two together. But I guess I'm sitting around ever since yesterday. I've been in some pretty bad pain with my back. I don't know what's wrong. Never had back problems before, so yeah, sitting around aching pretty bad, whining, sorry for myself. And then I look over and see that I'm basically climbing on a full system that was all given to me. And just in general, I am a blessed dude. Just with the people I guess I know. I met some crazy cool people doing this channel. And yeah, it's amazing. And I had just recently noticed that, a couple of the bigger channels are actually doing shout outs and stuff too, which I think is awesome because when you have that platform, it's a waste to not use it. So yesterday evening, I think it was, I was scrolling through. Well, actually, right, even before that, had seen August. He viewed a guy's video on a live feed. I thought that was really cool. It gave the guy a lot of attention. He's really good at what he does, you know, to even have that confidence to say, "Will you do this?" I thought that was awesome. You don't know if you don't ask. I'm the type of guy that probably would never ask, and I miss out because I stupid pride sometimes, or the fear that you're gonna get made fun of. So I thought that was just cool, and then I seen Buckin just do it last night for a young kid, and something Gregor Odom, I think's what it was. Subscribe as quick as I could. The kid's cool. I like him. But yeah, I just thought that was awesome. So that was kind of stewing on that, thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, I'm boohooing, whining. I walk over here and look, and I am probably climbing on the Cadillac of all climbing devices, and it was all given to me as a gift. And that's dumbfounding. That's humbling, you know. But enough about me. What are you guys doing? Chris, what's up, buddy? I've been waiting for your opinion on the Zigzag. Swamp Bear says. Um, I would like to. I would like to personally do a couple more um, SRT climbs with it. I think that's definitely necessary to find out how it engages and responds when I engage it while in SRT. So let me give a couple more SRT climbs with it. I was waiting on that wrench tether because the softer tethers, the bend that Greg's tether has in it has just a, a total positive effect on the tending upward, and I think it helps engaging on the Zigzag too. So um, I knew I was going to get a little different response out of it, and I noticed even just tending it here, I got a different response out of it when I mounted it on there. So let me do a couple more SRT climbs, but I just used it SRT the other day when me and my wife went and did a job, and it was like butter. So that video will be up eventually. It'll probably be a little while because there's a lot in the way before that. But yeah, as far as DRT, I don't like. It's such a fine, a touchy device. Natural crotch, it's a waste unless you're in maybe a slick bark tree or something like that. But to try to natural crotch DRT with that thing, it was it was ridiculous. I hated it. On that tree where the top breaks out and I get cut and all that, it it was fighting me the whole time, so that was a headache. So I ended up sending down or hollering down. Jake sent me a micro pulley and a speed line strap. So after I hooked that up, I loved it. DRT, it was awesome. So my opinion, I think as far as a device, it's probably the same. It's been so long since I've climbed DRT with just a prusik. It's probably just as responsive. But natural crotch, I wasn't a fan. Way too much friction. But I loved it when I put it on a pulley. Okay, I'm probably way behind. I use a stiff tether with my Zigzag. Great for SRT. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. I think the stiff tether is it's almost a must with this. I think you get a real different response out of the softer tethers. They bend and stuff, and you don't have that full control. That metal one, I find myself using it as a handle often. So uh, it's not metal, it's aluminum, but you guys know what I mean. Second hand grab when using. Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's a really nice carabiner. I think it's Eldred is is where is who makes it. The only other stuff I know that they make, I think I seen they make some spikes that cost. You got to take out a second mortgage on your home to get them, but they look cool. Let's see. Lazy Biker 60 says, how is using the Zigzag? I personally use the Unisender and love it. I'd like to I'd like to try the Unisender one day. I think it's a genius device. It was actually the one that I was thinking about. If I ever bought another SRT device, it would be what I bought. To be honest, I overlooked the Zigzag completely and just disregarded it. It was a Prusik that did what yeah, a mechanical Prusik. My Prusiks did it, so I didn't really understand it, but I understand the benefits now. I mean, I get it. Um, I'm just curious the response with SRT. I've gotten so used to how every different Prusik knot reacts with SRT and the rope wrench. I'm curious if I can dial in the Zigzag to that extent because I'm the kind of guy that I'll jump around in the tree, I'll bomb out of the tree, ignorant sometimes, just depending on what mood I'm in. I want all that responsiveness. Sometimes instead of limb walking all the way out, I'll jump from the top limb down to it, try to save some time. When you have a device that's that responsive and you're so dialed in with it, the things you can do in a tree are a lot different than when you have a ton of friction and stuff like that, or you're climbing on something new. Awesome community, I have to agree, Chris. Not done yet, buddy. Right on, Greg. The answer is always no if you don't ask. 100%. Matthew Stoneman, what is up, buddy? Evening, chap. Hope you're okay and staying happy. Shoot, I didn't see the name on there. My bad. Oh, Steven, what's up? Yeah, man, I'm good. I kind of wanted to do this live feed because I feel like I maybe edited that a little too extreme, and it came off as maybe I could be hurt right now, and it's just pure coincidence that my back's messed up right now. It has nothing to do with that job. Um, I don't want to get into details or anything, or get into explaining what happened and stuff because I want to save that for the video. But I'm good, and somehow, well, you guys will find out. It's on footage. It's on video. We managed to get that entire thing done without hurting anything, without damaging anything at all. So even times where you think things are really bad there, I often have a backup plan for my plan. I'll back things up, knowing that if something was to go wrong, I'm kind of a spaz when it comes to thinking out, what could happen. So I try to stay a couple moves ahead, and if something was to go, usually I've thought about that as best as possible and try to set up a backup plan for it. So I'll explain all that. It's real hard for me to explain right here to you guys. It really is, but I'll explain it later. You should do more jobs with human. I watch you guys' video religiously. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, maybe one day, maybe one day. But hey, that reminded me, seeing Lazy Biker there. Um, Let me shout out a few of the new subscribers that we got. We got Herb Jones, Rory J0505, Free Thinking 14, Timothy Lieber, Vince Powers, uh, Judas 1, EC Guth, Roger 2805, Born in Time 123, Daisy Ledesma, Hammer 4 Main, Clayton Leftwit, Andy Greger, Jerry Beavers, Peter Shea, Nicholas Whitehurst, Alex Powell, 1990, Sydney Fajau, Randy Limwalker, Kirk, Lazy Bike, 60, Joe Murray, Christopher Harper, and Lucas McEvoy. So, want to welcome them. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Yeah. You may not know me, you'll get to know me eventually. I'm not going to spill the beans here and try to pretend like I can explain my life story. At least as far as my tree career and doing it on my own, it will all be on social media before it's all done. From me having that great position with another company and running their operation to being screwed over and forced to go out on my own and start my own thing to here. Which we're not too deep into that yet. But hallucination can help with visual abilities. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I know I had something I was going to talk to you guys about, and now I can't freaking remember. Because I never remember anything. What the heck was it? Has anybody seen Kellen? In any of these groups or anything? I'm still looking for him. I'm going to find him eventually. I'm going to chase him down, I'm going to hold him down, I'm going to get his address, I'm going to send him a sticker. So, we'll see. I think I'm dealing with some issues here with the 150. For those that are kind of new here and don't know, this was a embarrassing to say. This was another gift from, I can't say a subscriber, kind of like I don't call Greg a subscriber. Greg's just a friend, a buddy, a brother. So I'd have to say that same thing about Mike Frizzell. And I think that's the first time I've pronounced his name correctly. For those of you that talk to Mike, and you've probably learned how to say his name wrong because of me. It's actually Frizzell. He corrected me after us knowing each other for about 6 months, and me calling him Frizzle. But Mike is such a good guy. He's just so awesome. Knows I'm such a fan of steel and decided he had purchased the saw, wasn't a fan of it, said that he wanted to send me something. And here, I'll tell you guys the story. So, like he says he wants to send me something. I'm not totally for sure exactly what it ends up being. And I see a gift outside, and I knew that he was sending something. So there's a box. I actually still have the box over there. I keep a lot of you guys. If you guys send me anything, I usually keep the box, or if you write anything, I'll keep it. I keep everything. But it says bar oil, and I'm so stoked when I seen it. Like I'm blown away that somebody would send me what looked like to be a half a case or half 12-pack, 6 things of bar oil. It was a good sized box, and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe somebody would send me this much bar oil. I'll use it. This is so awesome. So I'm stoked about it. All of a sudden I pick it up and it's not as heavy as it should be. No way. No way. We had talked about some things and that he didn't like the one, but it blew my mind when he sent me this and said, I know you'll use it. I wasn't a fan. There you go. I want to send it to you. So, to be totally honest, I have a 200T over there that is his, basically. It's his. He told me not to send it, I think, one day that he got one, but it's his. So he When he needs parts or anything, he knows where to come. If he needs anything or if he wants the whole saw sent to him, I'll send it to him. But yeah, Mike gave me this saw for free, and dumbfounded me. So I got to talking to him about it. I wanted to know, why weren't you a fan of the saw? And where'd you use it? How long did you use it? Just typical stuff to kind of find out what I could do with it. And so I found out very quickly that these saws are in a lot of the newer, especially the top handle, smaller stuff, is incredibly air restricted. And why? I don't know why they would restrict them that much to the point that it takes away horsepower. But that's the truth about it. Open the muffler up some, and the saw responded completely different. It was a total different saw. And so I contacted him afterwards. Told him, I was like, man, I can send it back. And no, he says. I was like, but it rips. And instead of him just, which he very well could have, and I would have done it, I enjoyed using it. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. He'd even let me use it. Instead of him saying, dude, yeah, could send me that back, I want to try it. The guy goes out and buys another one, does the modifications, and uses it now. And it just blows my mind. So I'm trying to think up some things here to see guys that do that. Just gives this whole kind of YouTube community a purpose. And I have some things in the works that I want to do. We're gonna see. We'll talk about them later. But yeah, Mike blows my mind. He's such a good dude. If you guys get any time and you like tree videos, you should definitely go over to his channel and check it out. He makes some really good videos. He's got his own style of editing, just like we all do. Take a little bit from those that you watch and make it your own. So I love watching his videos. There's been a lot of good content out lately. As far as let me think. Scoot just put out a good one on his gear bags. Let me think of another one. Josh Man just put out a real good one, a crane removal of a red oak. Who else? Oh, there's tons of them. Do you guys ever get bored with mine? You can always go through the community area on the page, and I often put up links to other climbers' channels. I mean, there's some hidden gems that are just crazy good channels that it just blows my mind that there's not more activity on them. Like, for you that like this kind of video, if you look up, I think Bixvid, I think it's Brian Bixler, but I think it's Bixvid. He does tree videos. I think he knows August, and his were some of the first ones I had watched. Kind of worked Bannerman and all them, and that's another really good channel to check out. Might mess the day up though. Yeah, it would. What's a good price to pay for a 201 TC? Swanbear, is it a used saw? Is it a used one? Salvador Hernandez, what's up, brother? Not a whole lot. Sitting around with a sore back and doing my normal, playing with saws, cleaning them. I think I have an issue with the bar on this thing. I actually think it's opening up, and I don't think it's gapped right. I'm afraid I'm going to burn the clutch up because of it. Before I get too far away from here, let me see what Swamp Bear says as far as the saw. Oh, I opened up one line. Yeah, dang, Greg. So, have you done a lot of like port work and stuff on them? Because that's something I wanted to get into, but I just really I haven't. I actually have a 170 that I'd like to do it to in case I was to mess up. It's not like a major saw in the lineup. Plus, I'm pretty sentimental to all my other saws. I kind of am with the 172, but my phone keeps acting weird here. New. Oh well, new. I think you're looking at close between 5 and 6, aren't you? Isn't that the normal price? Between 5 and 6. Um, I would go new if I was you. Um, I bought my 201 TC probably been 5 to 6 years. It was the only saw I used. I worked production climbing. I worked every single day, and we do a couple thousand a day. And that saw never gave up. It worked and worked and worked, and that saw still is the most faithful one I own to this day. I like using, the 150 is awesome. Haven't had any troubles with it, but isn't the same power. 201s or my 200s that I've had all have given me trouble in some way. But I can honestly say that the 201 has never given me an issue. I love the saw. I've been nothing but impressed with the saw. And I would suggest anybody that is a seasoned tree guy that's wondering, is it worth spending that money? Because I can get two 192s or 193s or 194s. I understand that. But there's a huge difference in power. There's a huge difference in torque. And the things you can do with power and torque can save your ass in a tree. The ability to make a salami cut, the ability to make your back cut and it not take forever can stop things from barber chairing. I mean, there's so many benefits to it. Not to mention it gets you out of there. Well, some of the worst things that can happen to you in a tree for a climber is a dull saw, or a saw that doesn't have enough power. When you try to bore cut when you need to, it kicks back. Stuff like that. So, if you're asking my personal opinion, I would definitely say go with a new 201, and I doubt that you'll have any regret in the long run. It's a little tough to come up with that much money. I get that. And when I did it the first time, it was even my boss had told me, he's like, that's stupid. I bought 2 saws for your one. And I'm like, well, good for you. Your saw runs slow as shit too, and that's why every cut, when you need to make a flat cut at the trunk, so a finishing cut, and you cut so slow that it peels. So, I suggest doing it. And I doubt you'll have any regret. Like I said, one of the better decisions I feel like I made. I I really hated using a 191 or 2. So, but it's preference, I guess. There's those guys out there that love to use a 93, or some guys have said the 94s are real good. I just doubt that I would like it. I prefer the power, the torque. So that's just me personally. And I spread that open one day at work, and I think it's, you can see the bend in it. Yeah. I'm afraid that sprocket's about shot. I'm trying to think of how I could bend that down without messing everything up. Maybe heat it? Well, Greg's on here. Greg's a wizard. Tell me what to do, Greg. How the hell am I going to get that back down and heat it up? Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, well, son of a gun, Greg left. Made it. What up, Dan? Jared, what up, man? Or knee. Ordering parts and looking for all the deals on new equipment. You know, that's the way to do it. You get you a lineup of saws at work. That's kind of what I did. And then, I hate to admit it, but I own a Husqvarna. Sometimes deals come up that you would be stupid to let pass. I mean, absolutely stupid. I bought that saw for 30 bucks from a guy, which I don't understand why he sold it. He's out like, said he just wanted a job with it, made money. I was afraid that it was stolen, to be totally honest. But then I checked all the serial numbers and everything looked good. And of course, if for some odd reason somebody says something one day, you can have it probably. I don't even care, but the guy worried me. I know him, and I don't think he'd sell like stolen stuff, but the price was just too cheap. And the saw kind of looked crappy at the time, but I got home, cleaned it off. It was brand new. It maybe been used once, and I spent 30 bucks. So get you a lineup and then add to it and better yourself little by little with stuff. Same way with climbing gear. Find something that works, gets the job done, and just get a little bit of better stuff here and there. How old are you again? 43. You age yourself with yeah, yeah, yeah. I am 36, so going on 90. How old is everybody? Like, I have my own, like Swamp Bear. I already decided he's like this old man, big gray beard, and he's like 90, and he's probably like 20. But that's YouTube for you. You go by the person's name and you draw a picture in your head, and then you find out later that you were so far off when you meet them. A customer called me and said they have big old Husqvarna chainsaw in their garage and they want me to have. That is awesome. My dad was doing a job. I remember I was real young, and these people gave him a car. It was a little Citation, and it was like, or no, I think the Citation he bought for like 200. It looked like brand new, but the other one was a what was it? It was bright yellow though. It was the craziest little car. Maybe it was or Chevette. It was a Chevette. That's what it was, a Chevette. Yeah. Heck yeah, Swamp Bear, you go get that sucker. Scott, you're 42? Son of a gun. I already had in my head you were like maybe 30, 31. That's good shit though. That's what you want. Jared says I'm 51. I look 35. Well, hey, dude, that's the way you want it to be. That's the way you want it to be. I'm 36. I look 60. Bah, ha, ha, I'm 31. Son of a gun, swamp bear, and I probably have no beard and black hair. That's just that's I don't know why. I draw. That's funny to even think about. I uh I kind of get a picture, especially if somebody doesn't have their picture as their profile. I just make up something in my head and it is so far off sometimes, so far off. But I'm rarely, if ever, right. Dan says, one of my friends found a 200T mint at a yard sale. Oh, that's awesome. Dang. Paid $100. Just a dirt beard. Right on. Um, I bought my 200 from a gentleman out of, I think it was Cuba, Missouri. I think I drove down. Maybe, maybe it was Black, Missouri. Somewhere down there. Some guy that owned a tree company. And I bought that saw from him. And the whole inside case on it. The only problem that I have with saw I don't like, I feel like there's a major issue with the clutch. This whole inside on it is burnt and melted like crazy. And I had to like clean it out. It looks like you like either didn't clean it and the stuff actually burnt to it, or I don't even know. It took me forever to get that stuff flattened out, scraped off, filed down so that it would fit over the clutch correctly without, adding that stupid friction and messing things up. So. Yeah, now you got me curious, Swamp Bear. I wonder what kind of husky it is, like a 3120 or something like that. That would be awesome. Oh, and what I said, my dad ended up. We were doing a job, and we were up in St. Louis, and we were working for this lady, and she says my husband just passed away, and he used to make boards. She said, and he said he had a big chainsaw he brought home from his brothers, and my dad's like, well, I'm sure his brother would want the chainsaw then, especially if they used it together. She said, well, his brother passed away too. And he's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, she says, why don't you guys take it? My dad's like, well, I mean, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I'm sure we could use it for something. So he's not thinking much of it. A lot of customers often tell you that they have a big saw, and then you get there and they have like a 290, which is a heavy ass saw, but it's not a big saw. It's a medium, if that. So she cracks this like wooden box. It's a handmade wooden box. They made a case for it. And she cracks this box open. It's got this old Johnson Red in it with a 5-foot bar. And my dad was dumbfounded. I think he ended up selling it. He traded it for another saw because it was just too big. And I think it just so happened at the time the saw shop that we used, the guy wanted that saw real bad. It was a special saw, and my dad needed his 660 worked on. So I think it was like a trade deal or something like. No, you know what? Now that I think about it, my uncle, my other uncle, my dad let him take it to his work to clean it because he was a mechanic. He had those special cleaning tanks and stuff like that. Took it to his work, and my dad said, he said it got stolen. That's what happened to that saw. It ran too when we left with it. It was working, but my uncle is like a master mechanic for Ford, And he says, well, here, let me take it. And either he just forgot about it and quit his job, but yeah, he never got my dad's saw back. But I guess if you're going to lose a saw, the free one is the one that you want to lose. I don't remember what saw it was that we ended up trading to get that stuff. But yeah, tree work is not new to me. It's what I've known my whole life. My dad raised me and my brother doing it, so I've seen it done. I've seen it done every which way. The right ways, the wrong ways. You know what? I guess there's not a right way. I've seen it done safely and very unsafely. That's a better way to put it. Guys, let me catch up on comments, and I'm going to jump off here because I don't want to stay on here too long. In this video, I want to upload. It'll take forever, and then it'll take longer for me to upload. I'm going to upload the video for you guys because I set those stipulations that the video needed to hit 1,000 before I would upload it. Well, the one I put out yesterday or last night has already hit 1,000 before the one before it, which I knew was going to happen. So since that one hit 1,000, we'll go ahead and do it. Plus the other one's over 50 something likes, and I'm just sick of holding on to it. So I'm gonna upload that video for you guys. Just a reminder, it is the video with the safe block, and it's a full overview of that video with all the rigging, and it's a decent edit. It's a decent edit. You guys should like it. Not in Cooter. You know what? I was just up by Cooter. I have a shirt that says, I got this shirt in Cooter, or something like it. It says on it. When we made it in that town, there's a Cooter, Missouri, and like there's big signs everywhere that says you're entering Cooter, and I just thought it was funny. We did a video on it. I don't even remember the name of it, but that's funny, Swamper. Old Wall Street type, you never know. Could be a gym. Yeah, it could be. Someone offered him 800 cash. He said nope. Yeah, I've had some pretty weird, crazy offers for some of my saws, especially the 200s. I've been doing tree work since I was 11. Didn't start climbing until about 6 years ago. Well, climbing trees anyway. Yeah. I would have to say probably me. Or Jared. That's pretty close to my story. I climbed trees, but I didn't take tree work serious at all until probably 7 or more years ago. It's right around that 7-year mark that I got really serious into it and decided I was gonna learn all these new things. So nice skills. How do you do it? How do I do what? Believe me, anything I do, any of you guys can do. I ain't nothing special. I'll tell you that right now. A simple hillbilly from Farmington, Missouri can do it. You guys can do it. 1,000 views is so awesome. Yeah, Scott, it is. The other speed kills video that I put out, I think it's like probably getting close to 800,000. Curious how long it'll be. It'll be probably a year. Within a year of it being out, maybe a year and a half, it should hit almost 1 million, which is pretty nuts. None of my other videos or anything like that. So I did get deep inside Cooter. I went clean through it, and then back in, and then I went out, and then I went back in. Then I went back to the job, and then I got thirsty again, so I went back in. Yeah, it ended weird. So yeah. Guys, I'm gonna get off here. All right, I'm getting stupid, so I'm probably gonna say something, embarrass myself like I always do. Um, yeah, just I'm safe. I'm good. I don't want anybody to think I was hurt. I want to tell Greg thank you again. I want to tell Nee, Jared, thank you. Um, I want to tell Dan Slepsky thank you. I'm that's called the sub climbing device because the entire thing has basically come from my subscribers. So that's what I climb on now. I don't think I have 1,000 on all my gear. BS. Yeah, right. Your channel's getting there, man. Mine went so incredibly slow, and I didn't have anybody that would kind of give me a hand or help me out. I don't know. You have a community now. We'll get your channel built up. I think your content's good. I think it's quality, and so we'll get you there, man. We will definitely get you there. I mean, if mine grows, I'll make sure you guys all continues to grow too. So I got married, and just before I went to South Korea, I cut down about 15 pine trees, 7 foot tall, and ran out of time setting them up. So my wife hired cleanup. Whoa, you got the awesomest, longest name. Stand, comb, tree care, and all your garden needs. UK. Awesome. Over there, across the pond. That is pretty sweet that we even reached that far. They wondered who cut the trees down. They were all laying in a parallel pile. My wife said, my husband did it. They were surprised. Yeah, that's not usually the case. Usually, when you show up on a job and the wife's like, my husband did it, it's hung up in another tree or it's on the roof. So, yeah, you probably blew their minds with that one. Guys, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you. I'm gonna keep saying I'm gonna get off here. I'm getting off here. Um, I'll upload this video right now. It'll probably take a few hours for it uploads, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Stay safe. Thanks for giving me your time, and